How can you become happier? Are you one of the many people who are not as happy as they want to be? Or do you sometimes just not have enough enthusiasm in life? Especially in these days, it can be hard to get out of it. Every day we are being bombarded with bad news that brings us down and takes the fun out of life. But is there something you can do to still go through life, happy and purposeful? In this video, I want to give you a reason why many people are unhappy or listless and what you can do to go through life with more vigor and be happier in general. First, let's understand what could be a possible reason in life why you don't feel good or as happy as you could possibly be and why people become listless. So what is happiness? When is a person happy? Can you remember a moment when you achieved or completed something that you worked hard on and you did it because you wanted to? Maybe a grade, a project, or even just cleaning up or tidying something? How did that make you feel? Let's look at this a little closer. You set out to do something and then you completed it. When you set out to do something, that's a goal. So we're actually talking about goals here. So, what is a goal? By definition, a goal is a point, place, to which someone wants to get, that someone wants to reach. So we can think of a goal as a point in the future that we're trying to reach. If such a point exists, we have a line that is directed into the future and it is straight. But this line can only be straight if there is something to reach. So conversely, we see here what happens to someone who has no goals in life. Therefore, it is tremendously important to have goals in life in order to be happier. But there is a second, actually even more important aspect to this. Can you remember a moment when you really helped someone? Maybe you helped someone understand something better, gave tips for life, helped an elderly person carry something, or maybe your parents around the house. How did that make you feel? You could say that being happy has something to do with how much you help other people. This in turn is closely related to achieving your goals in life, because most people's goals have something to do with helping others. If that is not the case for you, then this would be exactly a starting point for being unhappy. Can you remember what it was like to harm someone else? Maybe when you hurt someone, even if it was just by accident? You probably didn't feel good about it, and maybe you were even ashamed of it. So if someone's goal was to be a successful drug dealer, and he achieved that, he would only be happy to the extent that he helped others. However, since a drug dealer mainly helps himself, but makes many others unhappy or even brings them to ruin, and probably even ends up in jail for his actions, he would rather be an unhappy fellow. So a first step for being happy would be to have goals, work on them, and these goals should have a positive benefit for others. So think about what you want to achieve in life. Formulate goals from that and make sure that they have a positive benefit for others. For each goal, think about how and whom it will help. There's also one thing you can help me with. I'm very interested in what you would like to learn more about or what you are struggling with in life. Leave me a comment and I will consider making a video about it in the future. If you'd like to learn more about being happy, be sure to check out the second part of the series on being happy here. If you're interested in who or what is responsible for keeping us all unhappy to some degree, check out this video. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell to not miss any videos in the future. If you found the video helpful, share it with others and leave me a like.